I will continue the session now where I am going to explain about the different types of research. Depending upon what topic we are selecting, accordingly we can select the type of research that will be suitable for that problem. So there are so many types of research. I am just explaining you few types of research here which we normally use when writing an article. The first one is called as exploratory research. What do you mean by exploratory research? Which is, so far it's an untapped problem, we can say, about which I am going to make a find out the problem, and whether that is really good or not I am going to find out. Okay, that is what is called as exploratory research. I am giving you an example of REIT. REIT means a real estate investment trust. This already this type of investment it is done in many foreign countries. Even in India they have started with, in Karnataka they have started this REIT, but so far they have not started in Tamil Nadu. So we can make a study on that, and any investor, we always try to get more income ROI from the investment what we do, and we are very choosy and find out where I get high return and I will go and invest there. I can write an article on which avenue will be very beneficial for me, and for that I can select this REIT. And REIT, what they literally do is, in the case of real estate, they normally construct any house or mall or any complex, whatever, they sell it. But here they don't do like that. In REIT, what they do is they do crowdfunding, and people like me and you, we will go invest money and become the shareholders of that trust. And finally what these constructors they do is they construct huge malls, huge complex, and even like houses, everything. They don't sell it. That is the difference. They don't sell it, they retain it with under the trust, and they rent it out. The rent what they collect, the income revenue what they are generating, that will be distributed as dividend to the shareholders, and 100% assurance is given that they are in a position to give highest ROI for the investors. So whether that is true or not, we can definitely check by doing a study on REIT, and literally is it true that they can afford to give. You can make a study and find out and come out with a solution. Okay, that is one thing. Next one, we call it as experimental research. Under the experimental research, normally what we do here is we try to find out the effect of independent variable over the dependent and the variable, okay, and know how relatively they are. For instance, I will tell you, I want to do organic farming. So if I want to do organic farming, I will always have the curiosity to know whether I will be yielding higher yield when compared to the inorganic farming. So for that, what I can do initially is I can split the land into two parts, and in one portion I will be using organic manure. Okay, I will not use any chemical pesticide here. That will be under my control, and in the rest of the land, proposed of the land, maybe chemical pesticide will be used. And end of that, when the yield comes, I will check where I will be getting more yield and where I am getting less yield, or quality wise, something like I can make a check and find out and come with a solution for the problem. This is what we call it as experimental research, where we are trying to find out and experiment and see that whether what I am doing is correct or not. That is called as experimental research. And the third one is called as correlation research. In the case of correlation research, a relationship between the variables we will be checking, and whether they have interaction between the two can be identified. For instance, we all know that any organization, their performance should be good. Only when the performance of the employees is good, definitely the production also will get increased. This is a very common thing which we all know, but when we really want to find out whether there is any relationship between the performance of the employee and the production, obviously what we can do is definitely we can do a survey and find out whether they are really related or not. That is called as correlation research. And the next one is called as descriptive research. When I say descriptive, we make an in-depth study of that particular matter, and we try to find out what solutions can be given. For instance, as an anthropologist, I want to make a study about the tribal people behavior, their culture, and what is their livelihood, how they are earning, and what can be done, what solutions and can be done to improvise there. And even during this corona period, many people in the tribal area, they have been telling that they are not getting any provisions and they are not able to sell the product, and many days they are with empty stomach, they are sleeping like that and all, they have been telling. So we can also make a study about that, and for that what we need to do is we have to go there, live in the tribal area with the people, observe their behavior, and then only we can find out the solution for the problem. Just to have a look at the slide where I have given you exploratory study research, and we are tapping an untapped problem, we are discovering and coming with a suggestion. For which I gave you the real estate investment trust example I have given you. And the second one I told you about the experimental research where I want to do organic farming and try to find out the effectiveness of organic farming by classifying the land into two parts, where one I will use organic manure and another I will use chemical pesticide, and find out the yield, and then also the quality something. It is good for health, we all know organic food is really good for health. So from some aspect we can make a relationship and find out. And the next one is correlation research, where we are bringing out relationship between the variables. We all know performance plays a vital role in the production of an organization. So how closely they are related, or it is not related, or zero, like that we can find out the correlation. And the last one is descriptive research, where we are describing the people, whatever study we are doing, for which I told you about the tribal study I am going to do and find out how far the tribal people are living and what can be done to bring a solution for the betterment of the life of the tribal people. And this is the next type of research, which we call it as explanatory research. When an explanatory research, it can be for the good and bad. Maybe something goes wrong and the production gets reduced. For that also we can do a research. Or maybe more and more demand increases all of a sudden, for which I want to make a study. That also we can ask for explanation by sending the marketing people and try to analyze the reason for the increase in demand. So the explanation, they will come and tell us what is really happening in the outside world. And causal research, this is determining the cause and effect of some variables, and where I thought I will tell you something very interesting thing called as 6-hat thinking, and I will explain to you about that. And the next is, we call it as analytical research, where we frame hypothesis and try to bring out interpreting the relationship between these two. And we can, I'm giving you the example of MSME sector, how these people are affected due to the lockdown of COVID-19. And the last I have given you the case study, where we are taking into account one particular industry. So one company, if you take and you do some study on that particular company, we are calling it as case study, we say. I will just explain to you again. When I say explanatory, here there will be some problem which it's very difficult for us to understand the reason. For that we have to do some research, that is called as explanatory research. For example, I want to give an example. In Punjab, in rural areas, if you see, there was a very high demand for the top loaded washing machines. Okay, and the manufacturers were really astonished. They wanted to find out why the hell all of a sudden there is so much demand for our product. So they sent the marketing people there and ask them to do an analysis and find out the reason why there is a very good demand for their product in that rural area. And ultimately these marketing people, they came out, and what is the reason? They said people in rural Punjab, they have been using the top loaded washing machine to prepare lassi. Okay, and so they could manufacture huge quantity of lassi by using this washing machine. So that is the reason the demand for their product has increased. This is what we call it as an explanatory research, where we are giving explanation Okay, and next is called as causal research. Causal, we will find out the cause and effect of the variable. So this is a peculiar research we are doing. I am giving the example of energizing through gamification when teaching for the students. As we know that millennial students are not interested in listening. When you make them sit in the class for 1 hour or 2 hours, keep lecturing, they will not have the mind to listen to our lecture. So something has to be done to attract their attention. So what we do in our college is a lot of activities we perform, like mind mapping we ask them to do, or otherwise some quiz program will be conducted, or some GD group discussions and they will be done, something like some activities we do to make the students to participate in the lecture what we are giving. So likewise, I learned one thing when I attended an IIT program where it was about what are the different type of games we can conduct to attract the students' attention. And there was one thing called as 6 hat thinking. I will explain to you in detail in the next slide. So in the 6 hat thinking, 6 colors of hat will be there, red color, green color, white color, blue color, black color, like that. 6 colors will be the yellow color, like that. And we have to distribute the color to one particular group, and we will give them a problem, and that particular group will be involved in that, and they will be doing discussion under that each head, and they come out with a solution. Like that we have to develop, and then finally find with a solution for the entire problem with the help of the students itself. It's a very interesting game which I will be explaining in the next slide. So where I am talking about the merger of Indian Bank and Allahabad. So many banks are being merged nowadays, and I want to find out whether this merger of these banks are really helpful. And for that I can you make use of this 6 hat thinking game, and then I can do a study which I will be explaining next. Next is called as analytical research, which many of us do that. Where we frame hypothesis and try to bring out interpretation and explain the relationship between the variables. I am giving an example of impact of lockdown on MSME sector, medium, small and micro sectors. They are more affected, and we have been seeing in the newspaper as well as listening to the TV saying that our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman madam has come out with good suggestions and good ideas, and like how to improvise this MSME sector, because these people have with little money they are starting the business, and how well the government can help from their side. They have been offering so much help for this growth of this MSME sector. And as we know that MSME sectors are most affected, so regarding this also we can make a study. Then comes a case study. What do you mean by case study is here we are taking into account one particular company. We are taking into account one particular company, and we will be making a study only on that particular company. So here I am making a study. Recently, we all know, not recently, 1 year before, Facebook have purchased WhatsApp. This was really wondering, because we know that we are not paying for the WhatsApp. Why the hell the Facebook he has purchased this WhatsApp? It was a big question, and it was for many reasons, because more than people watching Facebook, many number of people are watching this WhatsApp. So obviously they want to know the reason why people are going for WhatsApp. Maybe they want to divert the customers from WhatsApp to Facebook. So we only when we make a study we will come out with a suggestion and for that. So that is what is called as casebook study. So I have given you all that in explanatory study where they are trying to find out the demand for that. Okay, the last this is the thing relating to that 6 hat thinking. The first one we divide the class into 6 groups, and first one is 6 white hat will be given to them. They try to find out the fact, underlining fact. So Bloom's taxonomy, the underlining will be remembering, then understanding, then application, then analyze, then evaluate, then creative. So we try to find out the fact why they are doing, what is the meaning for merger, something like they will do. Second group will be given yellow hat, where they will try to find out the benefits, why the merger is being done. And the third group will be given the black hat, where they will try to find out the difficulties, like what are will be facing due to the merger. Then we will be giving them green hat, where they will try to be little creative and find out suggestions for that. Finally, we give them the blue hat, and they will come with the process and say this is good for this and we can go ahead. Like that they will come out with a suggestion. With that, I think I will wind up the session, and